Hey everyone, welcome to another music reaction video. I'm NetherCloud, and I think we're probably about to cry. We're going to be checking out The Big Goodbye by AJR, and the last time we did one of their videos, I wound up in tears. I don't suspect this is going to be any different because Aster, the person who submitted this in our community, said that they do a lot of music to work through the hard times, and I believe there was some big loss. AJR is the three brothers, and if I remember correctly, they lost their father, and they went through a lot of emotions and made music about it. Given that the title is The Big Goodbye, I'm pretty sure we're going to cry, but I think it's important to embrace those emotions and feel those emotions. I've talked a lot in recent videos, on my streams, and just in general about mental health and chronic illness and loss and processing feelings and therapy and all of that stuff. I think it's very important to face and deal with the negative stuff. If you don't, it festers. And, you know, I'm paraphrasing my therapist here. You have to deal with it, not distract yourself from it. I am very prone to looking for distractions. The negative thoughts get super overwhelming, and I'm like, let's dive into making videos, or let's put on loud music, or let's watch a TV show that we love, or, you know, let's just stream some extra hours and just to take my mind away from it. But it is important that we sit with and process the things that hurt. And I'm saying all of this, I don't even know what the video is going to be. But like I said, based on the previous video and the title, I have an inkling. So I appreciate you, Aster, for submitting music and sharing music. We kind of have in our Discord, links are in the description next to the like and subscribe button, a bunch of different channels. One of them is sharing music. It's not exclusively for letting me know what to check out, but it's there so everyone can share music with each other. I post stuff that I like up there. Everybody else does. Some of it I click on and do reaction videos to. Some of it I just check out and listen to just for fun. I remember when we did this last song by them, I was like, I remember that we did a song by them when I was reading through the Discord. Words are hard. Don't hate me. Words are hard. And I saw that Aster posted another one of them, and I was like, okay, we've done a lot of really fun, really upbeat. Last section of videos we just did was all Sumo Psycho. Love that band. They are definitely more on the aggressive, high energy, like play this at a house party, metal festival, workouts. It's anything that requires like high energy environment. Their songs, I can chill to that style of music, sit down and just relax, but that's not necessarily everybody. I am a weirdo who likes heavy, weird stuff. So that hit good. But my point is, we are due for some more softer, somber music. So we're going to give this a listen. I don't plan on doing a deep dive into this band, but I think, you know, when a song crops up here and there, we might pop in and take a quick listen. Do I have anything else I want to talk about? Probably, but we're not gonna. We're gonna press play. We're gonna enjoy ourselves, or die trying. Here we go.
Oh well, here we go again. 525, really give me 30, make it 30, really give me 30, really give me 35, high, make it 40, really give me 40, really give me 45, high, make it 50, really make me 50, 525, really give me 30, make it 30, really give me 40, really give me 45, 525, really give me 30, make it 30, really give me 40, really give me 45, 525, really give me 30, make it 30, really give me 40, really give me 45.
I'm not even sure what just happened. That's just huh? Like I really like the way this video is. We won't go all the way back. I'll just scrub through this a little bit. He's sitting there all alone at the bar, looking at the pad. I don't know which one it is, but it's one of those trigger pads. And every time the camera changes after he starts tapping on it, we get more people. The keyboard player, the string players, the bass player, the horns. Like, I don't know, just very cool video. Also, he's wearing that hat. I'm curious if they're from a area that's got like a colder climate, or if that's just the style. It was the style at the time. Yeah, those of you that know what I'm quoting, I see you, and I love you. I used to wear an onion on my belt because it was the style at the time. Anyway, cartoons aside,
shrinking in my rear view, and I should be so happy I could cry. If this is what a happy end looks like, someone tell me why I'm all in my head, why you're all on my mind, why it feels like my friends are leaving me behind, why I miss all the shit I've seen a million times. No, don't look back, just drive. Someone tell me why my town feels like home for the first time in years. What I need to be known, they fucking know me here, but it could be a move.
Okay, I am so tempted to not even comment and just let this play all the way through, because it's very story-like. He's talking about a lot there. And I think where we're at so far, the feelings he's talking about is that feeling of change. Sometimes, even when change is positive, like becoming successful and, leaving your small town for bigger things, it feels really weird and uncomfortable and almost like you lost a piece of yourself. Even though you're making progress in a positive direction, closing a chapter in your life is extremely impactful and can be emotionally overwhelming. Obviously, these guys have an outlet through their music, and the emotion that they put in is probably why they connect so well with people and why they're able to grow and achieve those changes that are so positive. But even when you're the one leaving, as he was talking about, it can feel like everyone is leaving you, because it's just this separation, this thing, this gap. And we all experience life from our own perspective, and we feel like we're in the same place metaphorically, because we always exist within our own mind, body, soul, whatever you call it. We exist here inside. And so it almost feels like the world is moving and changing around us, even though we might be initiating that change. Very powerful stuff. I think that's obviously a theme with this group, is the emotional rawness and the power of those emotions. That's why I wanted to do this when I saw that Aster posted it. It's cool. I'll bring it back a little bit just so we have some cohesion. But if I stare with a emptiness in my eyes, just taking it in, it's because I can feel that. I've made a lot of positive changes in my life. I think I was talking about this in the last video. I've done so much in the last few years, the time before and during the period where I was in and out of hospitals, growing, and it's so weird to feel the disconnect, the things that you leave behind to better yourself, and how you it's so hard to let go. Whether those things were good and the time has passed, or they were bad for you and you're finally learning how to let go of them, it's not easy going through change. And so far, I think that's what he's talking about. So let's let this play out.
One tell me why my town feels like home for the first time in years. What I need to be known, they fucking know me here, but it could be could sound like this.
525, really give me 30, make it 30, really give me 40, really give me 45. 525, really give me 30, make it 30.
I said I was going to let it play. He talks, when he's talking about that, I hope it is, like, my whole life could be like this. I hope it is, paraphrasing here. That is also part of that, is the fear of not knowing. You believe and you think that you're moving towards a better place, but without having experienced it, there is a trepidation and a fear in going there. So you could know in your heart, I'm doing what's best for me. I'm making forward progress. I'm getting healthier. I'm getting stronger. I am moving in a direction that is good for me. But it has to proof out over time. You never know. You might make this move and everything just goes sideways. And I'm not saying you should worry about that or not worry about that, but it is a natural human feeling, that feeling of not knowing, the unexpected, the unknown, the just wide open future, that just almost like you're driving down a road and there's fog just beyond just beyond your vision, and you have no idea where that road is leading. Are you going into mountains, valleys, or is it going to be a torrential raining downpour? Is it going to be a bright sunny day? Are you going to be driving through a desert or a chasm or whatever the case may be? So you couple the feeling of losing what you're growing away from with the fear of what you're moving towards, and it can be really extremely intense. And that's between this video and the last video we looked at by AJR, I can tell these guys are so deeply in touch with that humanity inside of themselves, that piece of them. And that's really cool and very refreshing. I feel like that's a weird word because we're talking about very somber emotions. So it's not like that, like, yes. It's more like yeah, I feel it too. You know? I get it. Man. Let's just listen to the rest of the song.
First time in years, what I need to be known, they fucking know me here. But it could be a movie with a feel-good end. Oh God, I hope it is. Then my whole life could sound like this.
Man, I know that feeling. Like, where I grew up, I couldn't wait to get out of there. I didn't even realize how traumatic and toxic my childhood was until recent years when I started going to therapy. I mean, I just got an official diagnosis for PTSD along with some other things. My therapist kind of was like, yeah, you, and even my psychiatrist was like, I'm kind of thinking of giving you a try on some PTSD meds. And it's like, in your head, you're like, PTSD, like, was it really that bad? Like, because when you're in it, it feels so normal. And I think back, and now I'm like, I am so glad I separated myself from that life, but you still find yourself thinking about that time and that place and like the little happy memories, the driving along a road and seeing the ice cream shop that you and your friends used to go to after band practice, or, you know, remembering those moments where you just had so much fun walking in the woods and laughing with your friends, or any number of things. Like, I even have these weird dreams that are sometimes happy, but sometimes nightmares of being back. And I'll get this overwhelming feeling of like being trapped back there that I can't get out, where I'm supposed to be where I actually am right now in real life, but I can't get there, that I'm stuck. But then there are other moments where I'm having dreams that take place in my childhood neighborhood or like with the people I used to know back then. And I wake up with this feeling of like, I miss that, you know, and it's, God, it's such a whole big wall of emotions. You can miss something even though you didn't, like, not every moment is terrible, you know, and I've had people ask me, I'll tell stories about my life. God, we always get into almost like a therapy session. This is like my therapy. Other than my real therapy. But I'll start telling stories like, oh yeah, my sister and I did such and such and such, or my mom when we went and did this, or whatever the case may be. And they're like, I mean, you talk about it like you have all these good memories. Why did you stop being around your family? And I'm like, you know, overall, it was bad for me to be around those people and those places and those events. But that doesn't take away the good times. That doesn't take away the positive memories. Not all of it was terrible, mind-numbingly distorted, horrible, wretched, just abuse and psychological trauma. There were so many good times. There was ice cream and cake and happy parties and amazing Christmas mornings and sledding in the snow and, you know, going out for bike rides and laughing with my friends. There were so many good moments, both with my family and all of the people and places that I was a part of. But overall, I had to separate myself from that. As a whole, it was better to leave it behind. And it can be very sad to say goodbye to the happy and positive times, even though you need to say goodbye to all of it to separate yourself from the bad. Like I said, I knew this was going to be heavy going in just from what I've heard from Aster about the band. Aster's one of our community members. I said their name a lot. If you guys would like to join the community, share music like this, share experiences, please do. We talk about everything, and I'd love to have you. But we've got another minute and a half ish of this song, so let's pull it back just a touch and go from here.
Like this. Don't turn around, kid. You know what you're doing. Tell us about it at the 10-year reunion. We'll all be here, kid, saying we knew ya. Hope you can make it to the 10-year reunion. Hope you can make it to the 10-year reunion. Just make it sound like this. You can make it to the 10-year reunion. Alright then. Just make it sound like this. Just make it sound like this. Just make it sound like this. And someday I'll sing about the shit I did and not the shit I'll miss. Then my whole life can sound like this.
Oh, well,
Powerful. Very powerful. What I was thinking there at the end, you might have noticed me kind of like space out a little bit. I was thinking about like, how would you define this genre? Like, what category does it fit in? And that led me to the thought of, you don't. And that's something I actually really love about modern music, is that things don't fit into a specific genre anymore. all of the genres have started to blend together. I mean, this has elements of like more classic, straightforward vocal melodies and like, not melodies, but vocal styles that you would have with like really like stripped down, just like a cappella stuff or like a few strings and acoustic guitar, but it also has all of the electronic stuff and the samples. It's big and has all these effects, but then cuts into parts where it's very raw and just one vocal. There's a lot going on there musically. I mean, we've already touched on all of the emotional stuff, but musically, there's a whole lot going on there, and I think it's something that's beautiful about the current state of music. I know that every generation complains about, oh, music nowadays, oh, it's so terrible. When back in my day, blah blah blah, and I've never felt like that in my whole life, and I've always felt that that's kind of like a sad way to look at it. There is good stuff from every generation. If every generation, when someone gets old, they're like, music is crap nowadays, music is terrible, and then the next generation gets old, is like, oh, music is terrible nowadays, and then the next generation gets old, music is terrible. It's obviously a fallacy. What you're feeling is a disconnect. The music that you love, the reason music doesn't feel good, that's new, is because the music that you are a part of that comes from your younger years is when you were the happiest, when you were the most free and alive and out there, and no restrictions, no adult responsibilities crashing down on you at any given moment. The music hasn't changed. What has changed is you. And I think that's actually kind of the theme of the song is the town that he's leaving. It's not that the town changed, it's that he changed. And even though that is the truth of it, it doesn't feel that way being the main character in your own life. From only being able to experience your perspective 24/7, you can empathize and sympathize and converse and engage with people, but at the end of the day, the only person's life that you're there for 100% of the time is you. So there is that kind of like disconnect. I like stuff like this because it gets me thinking like that. It gets me out of the box a little bit. And I think that's really amazing. I think you can take elements of any different genre and put them together. I personally love music where I tend to like heavier stuff, but I also tend to like weird stuff. I often describe take cartoon music, like stuff like Tom and Jerry background music, throw that into a blender with a distortion pedal, and whatever pours out into your glass, that's the kind of music I'm going to be interested in. I like the ability to go from like a strong, aggressive, growling, guttural vocal into a poppy, upbeat dance beat, and then immediately transition to some like jazz swing stuff, then into a waltz, and then back into screaming again, and have it feel fluid, because the human condition is not one thing. Music is not just one thing. There is something for when you're sad. There is something for when you're angry. And those emotions don't exist in exclusivity from each other. They exist simultaneously and throughout. You can be angry, sad, happy, all at the same time. I remember going through a breakup not that long ago, and I remember literally feeling so proud of myself and excited for the things I was doing, and also so cripplingly depressed by losing my partner. I was literally dancing and crying my eyes out at the same time. Those emotions don't get separated, and that's what I'm getting at with modern music and the way that it's blending the genres. You can have angry and sad playing together. You can have them also be in there with some happiness, some joy, and some self-reflection. It's all happening at the same time inside each and every one of us. And music, I feel like, is finally starting to reach a point where it reflects that. The human condition is more visible in art now than I think it ever has been. I would say the opposite of music nowadays is bad and it was something better back in my day. I feel like I would say that music is just getting better. That the invention of the internet and streaming and media, like being so accessible now, has made it so everything crosses genres. You don't have to be any one thing. You don't have to say, I'm a rock band and I fit into this category so that the label can package you and sell you on the shelf next to the other rock bands. You can say, I'm a band, or I'm an artist, or we're not even music, we just do art, and it's music that's more theatrical. You can do anything nowadays, and there is a place for it. That's beautiful to me, and this exemplifies that concept. So I'm really glad we checked it out. We may do other videos by them, but I don't plan on doing a deep dive into their stuff because I don't feel like spending an entire day crying as I record like 6 or 7 videos. Because I am getting, I'm not like in tears, because it's like, this has got kind of that mixed like happy, sad vibe to it. So we're kind of at the, we're netting right at baseline. But I do know from watching the last video that we did by them and the undertone of this, if I spend too much time on this, I'm going to cry a lot, and I don't want to do that right now. Maybe in the future, whatever. If there's any specific songs you guys know by them that you think would be really impactful and up my alley, please put them in the comments. Other groups, other bands, artists, I don't care. Cartoon soundtracks, video game songs, anything. Put it down in the comments. I go through the comments. I've got a list longer than I think I could ever go through in my entire life, but I do go through it and pick things here and there, and I'm going to hopefully be able to start doing more of these down the road somewhere. My schedule is jam-packed now, so I knock out as many as I can whenever I get the chance, but hopefully in the future we'll have a lot more. This video is getting way too long, but I'm glad we did it. I feel like this was really impactful for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care of yourselves out there and be well.
Someone tell me why my town feels like home for the first time in years.